This is Gary Butterfield.
This is Cole Ross.
And this is Monster My Podcast.
And these are molds.
There's a monster in my podcast.
Can you imagine a fantasy world where you have to deal with such things
as mold? Gary, this is fucking terrifying.
The Balthor the Barbarian.
I don't know if you lost this. This is terrifying.
This is
I'm so scared of these molds. I'm scared of mold in real life, actually.
Yeah.
Put off by it. I think that episode of King of the Hill where he gets mold scammed kind of got into me a little bit.
Mold is pretty spooky.
Yeah. I mean, it's spooky in the way that the funguses are. Good.
There's a fun twist on mold is that being colorblind, a lot of times I can't see it.
Oh, really?
Like mold, like a lot of times, unless mold is like shockingly white.
Okay.
Like a green mold will look the same as bread to me.
Oh, wow.
More or less in color. So I'm pretty like gun shy about
like bread that maybe has been around for too long. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it's no good. Like apparently it's harmless. It just tastes really bad. Like food mold, right? Like those spores are in everything anyway. And that's why it shows up on food. Right. But that still doesn't I like pepper jack cheese, on sandwiches, and sometimes it's hard to tell if what I'm looking at is mold or just a small little piece of pepper that is on the surface.
Yeah, a jalapeno sliver.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Like as I've gotten older, I've gotten very like gun shy about food safety stuff. Also, just because my body just decides to randomly make me feel sick all the time. Sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
So like I try to cut down on ways that could happen.
Yeah. Vectors.
Yeah.
So we have three varieties of mold here: brown, russet, and yellow, and each of them has their own little ticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they're all just traps.
Yeah,
and they're all deadly. Like these are too deadly. The least deadly of these does 48 damage to you,
which will kill your wizard.
Points. Yeah, 15 fucking experience points.
Yeah,
for killing this thing that can kill not just your wizard. Like 48 will kill a first level anything.
Yeah,
and probably like even a second level anything. Way too much. And also they're underground and you would think, okay, well, I'll just carry a torch and keep an eye out for it. No, don't do that because they feed on heat. Yeah. This thing loves torch.
Yeah.
Him love torch.
Yeah. He actually loves lamp.
Yeah. He does. He love lamp.
Yeah.
The brown mold love lamp.
Yeah. But it will double in size. If you hit with a fireball, boom, quadruples in size. Ridiculous. I don't want that. That's like the thing.
Yeah, it's too much. And I like that it absorbs heat. That's like a cool, detail.
Yeah.
So like you come in, you start seeing your breath and then like, it starts getting like cold and it's spooky. But it just seems like the fact that the ring of warmth gets some product placement in this entry just makes me think that it's made to sell rings of warmth.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, it's like a lightning rod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It will draw from the ring of warmth as opposed to drawing from you.
Yeah. And then it probably still gets bigger.
Oh God.
So like, but then you just get to walk through it and you just ruin somebody's foyer, or their CRISPR.
Right.
Because this thing, one of these things in a freezer would be very small and dormant.
Right.
And then, but once you open it up and it finds you there, it's just going to grow and like ruin all your salads.
Yeah.
The russet mold, the next two are more boring, I think. Because they more or less just kind of kill you, even though the one that can turn you into a monster is good.
Yeah, that one's good. Like that is scary to me in the way that the aboleth is scary. Actually,
it's very The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Like the russet mold is how you do your D&D The Last of Us.
Yes, because it will just cough a bunch of spores into you. If you get sick, you're paralyzed, you die within, roughly 20 minutes. And then you come back as what we're going to talk about next episode, the Vegapygmy.
Yes. Well, that's the derogatory term, Cole. If you recall from the next entry.
I thought so. Of those two, really, is that the derogatory? Yeah. Oh shit!
It says that. It's like the first line of the thing. It's super weird because they're like derogatorily known as the Vegapygmy.
Yeah,
the Vegapygmy does. Oh, what a dick!
Yeah, so we're just gonna lean into it. Are you triggered?
Don't use the V word.
I would think that Mold Man would actually be the. No, let's save it. Let's save it.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool that they turn you into this monster, but they're super fatal.
Right.
So it's like you can't really use these.
Yeah.
How are you going to use these?
Yeah.
They just kill you.
Yeah. Well, you have some mold men that will pick you up, and like part of their society is to create new ones. They have a birthing pit that is full of russet mold, and they will throw you into the pit that is, with it. Like that is a storytelling mechanic more than anything.
Well, I mean, it's a story ending mechanic.
Well,
because that's it for that character.
Yeah.
Well,
like you do it with an NPC guide, and then you get out.
Yeah. Yeah. You go. You run into one of your old companions who had this happen to them, and then the mold men need help or something. But again, that's getting into mold men.
Yeah.
We should just skip the russet mold and do them next time. And there's nothing else really to say, but we'll move on to the yellow mold, which just kills you. It's just poison.
Yes. The only thing that is kind of different about this is that it is psionic, and it will cast suggestion on you to get you to move closer to it. You have to save against this, or you will lose 1 point of intelligence permanently. And then in parentheses, I have no idea what this means. It is devoured by the mold.
I feel like the mold gets more intelligent or something. It was what that makes it sound like, but it is not. It's a 0. It's unintelligent.
That's not how the intellect devourer works.
No. So I guess it just eats your intelligence for food, which is pretty terrifying. Right. But it also has instantly deadly poison.
Right.
So pick a problem here.
Yeah, pick a lane, man.
This thing just sucking out your intelligence as you're walking through the hallway. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're but the idea that it just kind of poisons you and you die, that's not cool.
No.
The idea that it has anglerfish powers, and it can tell you to come check it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't just suck your intellect. It can also use suggestion and be like, hey, doesn't this look like nice
mold?
Come
over here, just brush up against it. Just take some of this and spread it on your bread.
Lick me. And you get somebody who gets themselves like a moldy pop, and then they get just killed though.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, there's the end. Like they're story enders.
Yeah.
These aren't hooks. They're catch and release,
if you're fighting a bunch of mold slaves, honestly, like if there is a group of people who are under its spell and are and like have it on the ends of sticks or something, and they're trying to swing it at you. Like they've been enlisted to spread, because just killing anything that comes near it, if this thing is intelligent at all, which, let me look here, not rateable.
No, it's not. None of them are. None of them are all rated, even though it is devoured by the mold.
Yeah.
So
this kills the mold.
Missed opportunity. Like they're just traps. Like they're just hazards.
Missed opportunity was last episode. Brought to you by our backers at patreon.com/duckfeed.tv.